So I'm just going to say a little bit about the Epson 5050 UB projector. This is Epson's newest line of prosumer projectors, and this is rated as a 4K unit. It's not truly 4K, it's 2K, and it doubles the pixels, but it does a great job of that. Honestly, the average person is not going to be able to tell the difference between this and a true 4K unit, and the only true 4K units that an average person would want to consider would be from Fuji or Sony, and those are going to cost you several $1,000s more, and it's not clear that you're getting much more for your money. So this is a really nice projector. I'm just going to show you a few things about this. Walk around to the back here, and we can see here is the connectors. You've got your standard. You got your you got the HDMI connector here, and you've got a couple of other HDMI connectors, a USB connector, and some VGA connectors, basically. And right here is for your internet, your Elan. So not a huge amount of connection, but just the right ones, just the ones you need. The other thing I want to show you, obviously you've got the light in the front. You got this little side panel that opens up here, where you can you have some of the access to some of the adjustments that you also have on the remote, and you also have your power and your source selector, and then lens adjustments and things like that. Those adjustments are also available on the remote, and the remote is too long to see in this method, but you'll see you got your buttons for powering on, your source selector, your fast forward, reverse, blah blah, volume buttons, your lens button for adjusting the various settings of the lens, which I'll go into in a minute, your color mode, your image, your enter button, and then you got at the bottom, you've got memories for the lens. And bottom line, this is a pretty noisy remote. Pretty much put together by somebody who's just like, got to get all those buttons on there, let's just put them on there. I would not call this ergonomically anything sophisticated. It does do what you need it to do, but it doesn't do it in an amazing fashion. Let's turn off the light here for a minute. The other thing I'll point out is you got this button here that lights up the remote. That's nice. So you're in a dark room, you actually can see what's going on. That's kind of a necessity in a higher end remote. Now, if we look over on the screen, let's turn off the external lights here so you can actually see what's going on. All right. So there's a picture coming from, basically that's just a screenshot, but you can see it's nice and bright. We have the lens adjustment here. One of the things I really wanted to show you is the lens adjustment. So if I click the lens adjustment button on the remote, we have focus adjust, which we'll pass on for now. Now we have adjustment of zoom. Let me show you, this thing can really zoom pretty well. So you can see it's really shrinking in, and this is all being done by remote, and we can similarly zoom it out. That picture is getting big, very big. Okay, so we have a lot of adjustment in the zoom. Zoom it back to our normal adjustment that kind of fits on the screen here. All right, the next thing I want to show you is we also have some really nice adjustment for, oh, I'm getting in front of the light. Let me show you left and right. So now we're going to shift the lens. This is all being done by remote. We're not having to touch the unit. So you can see we get a huge amount of shift there, and a huge amount of shift to the left now. Okay, and let's move that back into the middle. And then let's go to the other adjustment for lens, which is we can shift it up and down. Watch this. And down. As you can see, that picture there's an incredible amount of up and down shift in that available to that picture. And actually it's all on the floor now. So we can now go back and let me figure out where that button is. So that's basically, this is an incredible amount of flexibility, and it's all done in the projector with the remote. So you don't have to fiddle with the projector. This is one of the things that really differentiates a high-end projector like this from other ones is, no matter where the projector is relative to your screen, you can get that thing nicely centered and nicely fitted on your screen. So it's pretty amazing in that sense. Other than that, you can see that the colors are really nice. I have some still shots in my review that probably better demonstrate the colors and the real brightness of this thing. But it's a beautiful picture. Without a question, I think most people would be really thrilled with this. I have used projectors in the past, older projectors, sort of your standard 720p kind of projectors. From good names like Epson and BenQ and things like that. Not any comparison. I mean, the colors here are just so robust, and the clarity and the detail are just so nice. This is a beautiful projector. Whether it's worth the amount of money that it costs for you is going to depend on your own needs, but I think you could do a lot worse. You could definitely do a lot worse than this projector. So I'm giving it a big thumbs up. So the one last thing I want to show you is that cool thing on this projector I want to show you is memory. So high-end projectors, and if you're looking at this, you may not have had a high-end projector before, and particularly because a lot of lower-end projectors don't even give you the remote screen adjustment, the remote adjustments of the lens, is that this has memory. So you have about 10 memory slots, and you can tell once you have everything set up the way you want, you save that lens set up into memory, and then if you mess around with it like I have, you move the projector to a different room and then bring it back, or change screens or whatever, you can get back to that initial memory position. So what I've done here now is just I've taken the picture there, I've defocused it so it's actually blurry, I've moved it way out of the center, and I've made it smaller. And now what I'm going to do is take the remote and go into memory mode, which you can't even read here, but I know where the adjustments are, and I'm going to tell it to readjust to the settings I had. So we got this real mess here. Now I'm just going to say go for it. Now watch this. See how it's moving? It's moving back to where it should. Now it's doing the fine tuning, and now it's moving it up. Now it's adjusting, now it's de-blurring, so now it's in focus, and now it's expanding it to fill the screen. So that's all done automatically. I didn't have to do anything, and that's just perfect. And look at that image. I mean, you may be a little bit hard to tell in this video because Amazon tends to downsample these reviewer videos, but that's an amazing image. Super bright, super clear, looks pretty good even with the house lights on, but looks amazing with the house lights off. I have no qualms recommending this to anybody who's thinking of making the splurge into the higher end of home projectors. Definitely, if you've got an older projector that's doing 720p or a cheapo projector, and you're thinking, is it worth moving up to something really nice? I can tell you it's worth moving up to something nice. Thanks for listening.